Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're safe and well because, of course, that is the most important thing. Excuse me. Coffee just went down the wrong way slightly. Um, Interesting news today. Chemistry World have got a really good article, but also a worrying article at the same time, explaining about incidental mixtures. Now, these are the things that occur in the real world where we're using different things together. And one of the examples they gave was the fact that in house dust, they're now picking up things like brominated flame retardants from flame retardant treated upholstery, which of course is required by law. Brominated flame retardants are probably the main way this is carried out. So they mentioned that ECHA are looking at adding a mixture assessment factor for specific uses of chemicals as part of the REACH registration. I presume this is under the Green Deal thing to limit the number of potentially hazardous chemicals that get out into the natural environment of the house, for example, or the wider world, and try and keep exposure to people through these routes even lower. So I'm just putting the article below this video now. What they aren't mentioning is the fact that different houses, for example, will have different levels of dust, different levels of flame retardant in that dust. So, as we've come to expect with anything around exposure scenarios and REACH, the mixture assessment factor, if it's brought in, is going to be horrendously prescriptive and is likely to lead to yet more chemicals being pulled off the marketplace. There seems to be something wrong, in my opinion, with what's going on with chemical regulation at ECHA these days and in the EU. They are pushing well beyond the bounds of what is realistic in terms of exposure to chemicals, partly because we can now measure things in such tiny, tiny particles. And partly because they are listening to the NGOs whose continual complaint is chemicals bad, regardless of the fact that we're all made of chemicals. But man-made chemicals bad. Never mind the fact that the most poisonous thing in the world is still toxins made by frogs in South America. And never mind the fact that chemicals are being used for reasons. Some of these reasons you may think are a bit frivolous. Others are for safety reasons, such as flame retardants to stop people dying in house fires. Quite where this is going to end up is anybody's guess, but we in the chemical industry need to watch out for it. And I think it's time we started pushing back against some of these, because the whole exposure scenario business within REACH is overly precautionary. Getting somebody to do a risk assessment as a lead registrant on behalf of somebody who's using it 10, 15 steps down the supply chain is idiotic and is bound to lead to overly precautionary things in the first place. And then when you add in, we must protect consumers from themselves, nobody's going to be able to use any kind of chemical product at this rate. And that will result in deaths, lots and lots and lots of people dying. If we can't have clean water, if we can't have a safe food supply, for example, what are they really playing at? So I will put all that politics on one side. Sorry if I've depressed you, but do read the article and do get involved in the Green Deal commenting that's going on at the moment. But yes, reasons to be cheerful. I'm going to put in another John Smith's with Peter Kay one. This one is antiques. There we are. Anyway, whatever you're doing today, stay safe and well, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye.